I've asked the question, does he consider himself to be a responsible leader?
Next question.
This is not next question. I'm holding you accountable. Do you consider yourself to be a responsible leader?
Did you look at my areas of responsibility? I was sitting where you are sitting.
I'm asking you, do you, it's a yes or no question.
I was sitting where you were sitting, and yes, I was a member of this parliament.
I'm asking, do you consider yourself to be a responsible leader?
The response was yes, Honorable Jacob.
Thank you very much. It's implied. In my hands, as I sit here, I have got something that I know you don't think that I have. But this here lists your full travel expenses up until about January 2024. On these travel expenses, you list an amount of 131,000 rand to go to Ivory Coast and London from the 11th of January to the 14th of February. Then, second, you've been to Qatar twice on flights that could be no more than 15,000 rand. That costs altogether 56,000 rand and 31,000 rand. This is obviously including accommodation as well. Then thirdly, I have you traveling to Vietnam for the Oceania Congress, which took place on 29 September to 3rd October 2023. What are we as South Africans doing in Vietnam at the Oceania Congress of an organization that only has 13 members, of which are thousands of kilometers away? Then, number four, you've traveled to Cameroon for the African Cup of Nations at 105,574 rand, when a ticket to Yaoundé can cost no more than 14,000 rand max. Then, you've also traveled to Morocco for 82,833 rand, when that flight could cost no more than 20,000 rand max. So that is why I ask if you are responsible, because we've heard the financial standing of your organization. And when we hear the financial standing of your organization, don't feel attacked. When we hear the financial standing of your organization, it becomes apparent that there's a lack of responsibility. There's a lack of accountability. Because who is actually holding you to account, sir? Who is holding you to account?
No, can I answer?
I'm asking who is holding you to account.
No, but I must explain to you.
Give Dr. Jordaan an opportunity to explain.
I had no business to go to Vietnam. You may know, or you may not know, that South Africa made a bid for hosting of the Women's World Cup. The CEO was with me. Tumi Dlamini was with me. Do you have their costs there? Do you have their flight ticket there? This is a campaign. It's a campaign, and you are part of it now. So we were in Vietnam, we made a presentation, we were lobbying to get the votes to host the Women's World Cup. Qatar, obviously, was a World Cup. And the World Cup is a 30-day period event. You can't pick major events that I've attended and put the costs. I don't travel to a World Cup every year or every day. World Cup is once every 4 years. And therefore the costs, not just for me, for everyone else. Do you have other members who also were at the World Cup?
I'm asking you. You're not the one that asks me in this meeting.
You see, the fact that 10 people travel to the World Cup, you take one and say, this is it. I'd like to travel on your planes and pay 20,000 to go wherever. It's not real.
Chairperson, if I may.
It's not real.
If I may, Chairperson. If you are admitting to the fact that even more when this balloons the cost at large, and there's a reason that I'm bringing this up. The reason I'm bringing this up is a matter of accountability. In my hands over here, I also have the fact that you consistently postpone meetings, that your organization is consistently postponing meetings. You've had your meeting on the 25th of Jan, and you are yet to have another meeting. That then got postponed March. That then got postponed again.
And I don't think it's going to be 20,000 to go to the United States.
Chairperson, I am satisfied with the answer. As I have my own time, I'm very much satisfied with the answer, and I find it interesting that we are going to Qatar in 2022 when we don't even qualify. Chairperson, I'd like to move on to the CFO.
But President, Chair.
Chairperson, I'd like to move on to the CFO.
Just give me an opportunity.
I am not
Let's give the
I am not
doctor
Bafana
the opportunity.
Bafana. I am an official. And when I go to the World Cup, I go and account to FIFA. I go and account. As a former member who delivered the World Cup. And when there's other World Cups, I get invited and I go and explain matters there. So it's not that the team must go, then I go. That's not the case. I'm a delegate. And I go regardless of whether the team qualifies or not.
Chairperson, I find it interesting.
Honorable Jacobs, I think proceed with your next question to the CFO.
I find it interesting that we are using SAFA funds to attend FIFA events in that particular respect, but I'll continue to the CFO.
I
CFO.
represent SAFA. I'm a delegate of SAFA at FIFA.
CFO.
Don't you understand that?
CFO. I'll come back to you, Mr. Jordaan. CFO. Do you contend that SAFA is in a strong financial position?
No, Safa is not in a strong financial position.
Can you please put the microphone on?
Oh, it's on. I think in my presentation, I acknowledged that we've got financial challenges, but however, we are addressing those challenges.
Okay, you are addressing those challenges. The reason I ask this is, who's responsible for the financial decline of SAFA?
It's the whole organization. It's the whole organization. It's executive management, it's the NEC, it's the whole organization.
Do you as the leadership accept responsibility for the financial decline of SAFA?
Yes, we do.
You accept responsibility because it is under leadership like this where equity has worsened from 7 million, negative 7 million, to negative 14 million. This is a clear indicator of an organization that is in severe decline. And the reason I list this is because we can look at our current liabilities versus our current assets. And as somebody in the financial field, I'm sure you know what this would mean. Your current liabilities severely outweigh your current assets, meaning your ability to meet your expectations, your financial expectations, is severely hampered by the fact that your financial expectations are more than your ability to account for them. What do you make of that?
Can I respond to you, the chair of?
Yeah, if you can respond.
No, thank you. In response to that, yes, that was a situation. And I think what happened, that's why when I was appointed chair of the Audit and Risk Committee, my first challenge was to say, I think that we not budgeting correctly. That's why a lot of the financial difficulties result because of they haven't taken current performances of the team into consideration. So part of that liabilities that you're speaking about, which exceeds the assets, result from unfunded expenditure relating to the performance of the teams. However, I also said, yes, we have a close to 250,000 rand properties which are unencumbered. And I said, before you even start considering using it as security for loans to take you out of the quagmire that you find yourself, I'd like to see that we have a turnaround strategy so that when we use money prodigiously to ensure that you reverse the situation. So at the moment, yes, I asked them also for a payment a strategy to ensure that we pay the debt not only as expected, but some of them arrangement has been made to defer payments, but to ensure that you can meet all your obligations in terms of that. So yes, first things I asked was...
Thank you for the response. May I just flag, before the honourable member proceed, may I just flag, very interesting response to the strategy. If there can be preparations also be made on the strategy on, the paying back of these monies.
Chairperson, I was actually heading there. If I may, I was actually heading in that direction.